On to a story that made it to the headlines this evening. The Ministry of Defence has decided to launch investigations into the Avant Garde floating armoury that entered Sri Lankan waters without prior notification. Secretary of Defence Karunasena Hettiarachchi said that investigations will be launched in the near future. The Avant Garde owned floating armoury, which was in close proximity to the Red Sea, was taken into custody of the Sri Lankan Navy on the 5th of this month after it had entered the seas of Galle. The vessel was taken into the custody of the Sri Lankan Navy on charges of breaching maritime boundary regulations and providing false information. The investigations report, which was formulated by the Navy in this regard, was handed over to the Defence Secretary today. Navy Commander Vice Admiral Ravindra Vijay Gunaratne said that the report consists of facts detailing violation of laws by the vessel in question. The investigation report has revealed that permission was not granted to transfer the firearms which were aboard the Avant Garde vessel to a different location. The report goes on to note that the responsibility of protecting a floating armoury lies with the Navy and that the Navy would escort the floating armoury if notified earlier. The report also outlines that the captain of the floating armoury had deliberately provided the Navy with false information, even though a maritime security company is under duty to provide with true information under the Navy and international maritime laws. The report had also highlighted that initial communication revealed that the captain of the vessel was a Sri Lankan national, even though his true identity was verified to be that of a Ukrainian national. And the captain of the vessel has been instructed by the mother company not to respond to queries posed by the Navy, adding that the Navy is vested with the powers to drown vessels bearing arms which threaten national security. The Navy commander also drew reference to previous instances where the Navy had resorted to such actions.
There is a need for a special investigation in this regard. A special committee will conduct investigations within this week, and the Minister of Defence has also been notified of this. The report notes that the Avant Garde vessel had failed to follow the adequate procedures, and investigations will be carried out in this regard.
Meanwhile, Director General of the Sri Lanka Coast Guard, Rear Admiral Samantha Wimalatunga, said that the officials of the department will be undertaking this task with the Navy officials. The Director General goes on to note that the Avant Garde vessel is currently under the custody of the Sri Lankan Coast Guard.